back, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. All good. We're live. Cool. So, a few interesting things have been happening in the world of Disney, and one of them includes a sequel to the terrible quote-unquote, live-action Lion King movie. So, let's go through all of it. Welcome to the newest episode of STW.
Super Dario World!
So before we get into everything, before we start, I need to get this one particular piece of news out of the way. So don't kill me. It's important because I talked about it in another podcast recently. So big piece of news, and I missed it on the DC podcast that I did recently, but the movie Batman Death in the Family officially has a release date. I remember last time I told you it looked like fun. It's the one that it looks like you're going to be where you can be interacting in the story and that you're going to be able to make decisions. Well, it has a release date, and it'll be October 13th. So less than 2 weeks from now, it'll be coming out. If you were interested in that, there you go. I promised I was going to tell you, and there you go. So I kept my promise, and we can move on. So before we get into all the Disney news, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at Super Dario World. As always, I'm trying to do a live stream pretty much every day, Monday through Friday, on YouTube and on Twitch. You can find those at Super Dario World on both of those. And like and subscribe there. It helps me out. I really appreciate it. And so let's begin. Let's get into the fun stuff and catching up with all the stuff that I missed from the world. So let's go. First off, some of you may have heard this. We talked about this on the radio show. Disney and local businesses around Disneyland, California, are kind of getting a bit antsy about opening up. They're losing a ton of money. And so they sent a letter to the governor, and it's one of those he says type of deals like, well, we never said you don't have to do this and blah, blah. And so now the point is the businesses around the area really want to open up. All the hotels, they made a ton of money out of Disney. All the employees, they have thousands and thousands of employees. Everybody that, all the Uber drivers, all the taxi drivers, all the bus drivers, all the restaurants in the area, they want to get all their money back, and so they're pushing to open up. It's still not confirmed when, or at least I wasn't able to find a specific date, but it looks like everybody's pushing in the direction to open up Disneyland again. So if you're a big Disney person, there you go. Hopefully it'll happen soon. Hopefully things start going back to normal sooner rather than later. So that's the first tidbit I wanted to get out of the way, and let's go into the rest of the piece of news. So first off, let's start with the fun stuff. The trailer for the season 2 of The Mandalorian is out. The trailer is, I believe the tagline for this one is, "Wherever I go, he goes." It looks really good. I'm very excited. Everybody and their mother makes an appearance in the show. First off, they got a ton of great directors for this, and like Robert Rodriguez will be involved in one point, and I mean Jon Favreau was always a part of it, and they have a ton of cameos here, or we don't know if they're going to be a recurring character, if it's just going to be a cameo. There's rumors that Rosario Dawson is going to be playing Ahsoka Tano, and I mean, rumors, it's been confirmed that until I see it, I don't really believe it, but also Timothy Olyphant's going to be making an appearance, and honestly, I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about season 2. I am planning on continuing The Good, the Bad, and the Mandalorian, where I critique stuff, because there's a few shows that I like enough that I'll go into a review episode by episode. Like, I really have to like a show if I'm going to do a review episode by episode. Otherwise, I'll just do a full season review, which is way easier for me. Honestly, a full season review, super easy. Breaking down episode by episode, kind of a big pain in the ass, but I'm enjoying that show enough so far that I'm going to continue doing it. Anyway, for those of you who are wondering, who haven't seen it, check out the trailer. It looks really good. And it will be officially streaming on Disney Plus on October 30th. So there you go. If you cared, you're welcome. Now, an interesting piece of news. Apparently, Samuel L. Jackson will be headlining a Nick Fury TV series, streaming series for Disney Plus. Now, it's not 100% confirmed yet. I mean, supposedly Samuel Jackson will be a producer in this show and everything. and everything looks like they're setting it up for it to start soon. But I'm always skeptical about these types of things because sometimes things fall through until even after they start shooting, sometimes still fall through. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, everything looks in the up and up until now, and fingers crossed it will happen because Nick Fury is a super interesting character. Samuel L. Jackson is a really great actor, and he's fun to watch on screen. So hopefully it will happen, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Anyway, it looks like not only will he be playing the character Nick Fury, it looks like they will be using the same technology that they used when he was in Captain Marvel to make him look younger. So it's not exactly sure what period of time it's going to be. Is this after the Infinity Saga when he's, hanging out with a whole bunch of... I was about to do a spoiler. I'll save it, just in case you haven't seen a particular Marvel movie. But is it going to be after, like I said, after the Infinity Saga? Is it going to be before? Is it going to be a young Nick Fury? Is it going to be an old Nick Fury? So the potential is unlimited. And if they make this an actual spy movie, the way that Captain America, the second one, The Winter Soldier, is a spy movie with a superhero in it. If they make a series that's closer to that, that'd be great. I'd find it super exciting. So I'll keep you posted for it to be 100% confirmed and for, when we get a release date and all that stuff. Because right now, they're slowly trickling out information. I'm still skeptical. Like I said, COVID and stuff. Right now, nothing is really 100% confirmed ever. But we're hopeful. We're hopeful. Anyway, moving on. It is, again, we're getting news that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series will officially start production, and we also got a very interesting tidbit from the actor Ewan McGregor himself. First off, Ewan McGregor, he played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequel trilogy, and he will be playing him again. So when they were interviewing about them, supposedly they're going to start shooting in spring of next year. So that means that the show might start airing by the end of next year. Who knows? Who knows? Everything's still up in the air. But here's what the actor had to say when they asked him about it. He said, "Oh, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great, I think. As I understand, it's a standalone season. We'll see. Who knows?" So apparently they only haven't signed on for one season. I'm okay with that, honestly. If they have one good story to tell, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a great character, but we know where his story starts. Well, we know pretty much what he's doing at the end of season of episode 3 and at the start of episode 4. So there's not a lot of stuff they can jam up in there. I mean, there's interesting stuff they can jam up in there, but they've already explored all that stuff in Star Wars Rebels. They've explored it in other avenues. So we'll see what they do. Honestly, we'll see what they do. I'd rather it be a great standalone season, just one season that's great, than one good season and a bunch of mediocre ones that they're just trying to keep going for no reason. Not for no reason, for money. So I'd rather them just go do it once and do it great than for them to, try to keep milking this particular cow that's, it's starting to get a little bit sour. But we'll see. Like I said, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a great character. Ewan's a great actor. It has a lot of potential, and it looks, again, like it will happen, and it will start shooting spring of next year. So fingers crossed. All this stuff is fingers crossed, by the way. So moving on and sticking kind of with Ben Kenobi here, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Daisy Ridley did an interview that I found particularly interesting, and I'll read you the quote before we get into it, and this is a quote from Daisy Ridley. "At the beginning, there was toying with the idea." Well, I need to get my British. All right. "At the beginning, there was toying with an Obi-Wan connection. There were different versions, and then it really went to she's no one. Then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched me the film, and I was like, oh, yeah, Palpatine's granddaddy. And I was like, awesome. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, we're not sure. So it kept changing. So then even when I was filming, I wasn't sure what the direction was going to be. So the big thing here, the big reveal there, the interesting part there is that at one point, they were considering her having a Kenobi connection, a connection to Obi-Wan. So meaning that she might have been Obi-Wan's granddaughter or something, which is another reason why I fucking hate Rian Johnson. I fucking hate Rian Johnson. That guy ruined everything. Like, JJ had an idea, and the beauty of a great director and a great storyteller is you give yourself options, and JJ gave himself a lot of options. Rian Johnson took none of them. He took none of his options. He just burned all of them and fucked the whole story up. And then JJ, he apparently the Palpatine thing was kind of an audible to try to save the whole story. So it was clever. Like I said, I give JJ all the props in the world. He did his best to save the series, and honestly, it's very impressive work that he did. But knowing that there was actually like an ObiWan connection there, that would have been fascinating and super interesting, and I would love to hear from JJ. Now that Daisy Ridley has told this or shared this, it would be fun for JJ to say in an interview, or somebody ask him. Just if I ever get to meet the guy, I will ask him, like, dude, so how would you have played it? Just for fun. How would you have played it? How would have it been a Kenobi connection? Please share. What did where was old ObiWan sneaking and geeking? Is that what the series is gonna be about? Is that what the is that what the ObiWan series is gonna be about? Him, sneaking and geeking. So, like I said, I think it would have been interesting. It opens up a lot of possibilities, and it just pisses me off and shows it because it shows how badly, and I mean badly, Rian Johnson fucked the whole thing up. So, there you go. Interesting stuff. Moving on, it's been confirmed that the Lion King, the live action one, or the photorealistic remake of the Lion King, will be getting a sequel. And a few interesting things here. First off, it won't be directed by Jon Favreau, which, okay, fair enough. I mean, he basically made the same fucking movie over, except it worse, because you can't, the animals don't make any fucking expressions. And he's going to be replaced by Oscar winner Barry Jenkins. Now, if you don't know who that is, he directed the movie Moonlight that I believe won the Oscar in 2018, I believe. I don't know, but supposedly good director. I haven't seen Moonlight, to be honest, but I hear good things. Don't know if they're reliable sources, because honestly, I don't know any normal person that's seen it. I've seen film people that've seen it. I haven't seen normal people that've seen it. So how good is it really? I don't know. Anyway, there's good and bad here. My immediate reaction is like, why? Why would you want to put us through that again? Watching The Lion King, the photorealistic one, sucked. It was horrible. It was terrible. First off, Beyonce sucked ass. She was a terrible actress, and she was just voicing a lion, and she was still terrible. Like, terrible. And, again, it's the same movie, but worse. It's the exact same movie, but worse. They took away all the charm from the characters. All the all the fun animated stuff is gone. It was lame. Like, I remember trying to almost ripping my hair out when Scar was just laying down, and he was trying to be threatening and was just laying down, which I get is what a lion would do, but it's not fucking threatening in a movie. So, let's just say I'm not a fan. The Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. The animated one, the one from the 90s, this one sucked completely. And so them making a sequel is really annoying, because The Lion King actually has a sequel. It's called Simba's Pride, and it's actually more about his daughter, which is weird. Well, I mean, Simba's Pride would be his family, and so it's more about his daughter, who kind of falls in love with her cousin, which is interesting. Now, I'll make this connection because I was venting with a friend, and I made this connection kind of accidentally. But the story here, supposedly, from what I hear, is I'll just read you the quote from the director. Helping my sister raise two young boys during the 90s, I grew up with these characters. Having the opportunity to work with Disney on expanding this magnificent tale of friendship, love, and legacy while furthering my work chronicling the lives and souls of folk within the African diaspora is a dream come true. That is not the quote I wanted to read. Well, I won't find it. Anyway, the point is, the director said that that what he wants to do is he wants to tell the story of Mufasa and Simba. Kind of like a Godfather Part 2 thing, when you see half of it is Vito Corleone as he's raising up, in the mob, and then the other half of it is Michael Corleone as he's trying to build his own empire. So he says that's kind of how he wants to build it, which sounds fascinating. Honestly, it sounds great if they did it animated, because then the characters would have some charm. But at least it's a different spin. At least it's going to be a different movie. Again, I'm not going to pay for it. Like, if I get invited to a press screening, I'll go see it. If not, I'll wait for it to be on Disney Plus, because I mean, I'm not gonna give him more money. I'm not gonna give him more money. I refuse. I'm not gonna give him more money. I'm not gonna give him more money to make the same movie all over again. Unless I just hear that it's completely different, it's great, which I doubt because the lions have no fucking expression. In photorealistic, they make no fucking expression. Now, hopefully they learned that from their mistake in the first one, and they're changing it up, and now they'll make him at least have a little bit more expressions, a little bit more charm. But it sounds like he wants to make it really dark, like a mob movie, which could be interesting with lions. Honestly, I don't entirely hate this. I don't entirely hate this. I hate that they're making a sequel to a movie that I hated, but at least it's a different spin. So that's exciting. And also, interesting here. You remember when I just broke down the plot for the sequel to the animated movie, Simba's Pride? It sounds a lot like The Godfather 3. So the sequel to The Lion King, the animated one, I think it's inspired from The Godfather Part 3. Think about what happens in The Godfather Part 3. Michael's daughter falls in love with her cousin, and it's weird. It's really weird. And now it's like, hey, well, instead of making The Godfather Part 3, which is the worst of the Godfathers, why not make it a Godfather Part 2? I mean, The Lion King is already basically Hamlet, so why not, instead of making Hamlet, we just make The Godfather Part 2? So it could be fun. It could be fun. I need to see the first trailer, and if you know what, I'll make my decision then. When I see the first trailer, and if the lions still have no fucking expressions on their faces, I'm done. I won't see it until I can see it for free. So there you go. That's the piece of news there. If you're excited, well, good for you. If not, we'll welcome to the party, pal. Finally, the live-action Mulan came out a few weeks ago. It's on Disney Plus if you want to pay for it. I don't want to pay for it because I heard some stuff that I did not like. Apparently, the movie sucks. All right? That's what I've heard. The movie sucks. And why do I say that? It might be a good film, but it's not Mulan. And here's the things that they told me that I was like, nah. Like, I'm done. I'm not interested. You know? I'm just not interested. Not going to be a part of this. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life. First off, first thing that I didn't like, Mushu's not in it. You know, the dragon, voiced by Eddie Murphy, the best part of the movie. Not there. Or the funniest part of the movie. He's not in the movie. And Captain Li Shang, you know, the love interest is not there. He's not there. Whatever. Captain Li Shang, whatever. But Mushu's not in the movie? Fuck you. Second, apparently Mulan has superpowers. Yeah. Mulan has superpowers. And the movie's about her, I guess, accepting her superpowers. And people accepting that she has superpowers and letting her use it. You know, I have this argument a lot with people because people say that Mulan is the best feminist movie out there and all this stuff. And I always argue that, to me, Mulan is not a movie it's not a feminist movie. And my argument here, it's a movie about meritocracy. Because and again, it's very important that it's a female character because in this particular part of the world, women are not valued. Here is about, Mulan is a character that shows that in spite of not being, you know, the traditional person, the traditional soldier, her brains and her perseverance, the strength of spirit is what gets her through. Like she's extremely clever, and her cleverness is what saves her. The thing that, how does she climb up the top of the stupid pole? Men will use raw strength. She uses her mind. Like her brain is the thing, is her strongest weapon. It's her most viable weapon. She also has a lot of skills. She learns to fight. She learns how to think outside the box. All those are great things, and those are her strengths. All right, not physical strength. It's skill, perseverance, and intelligence. So it's a movie about valuing those things in people, not just what they're born as or where they're born in life, where they're ranked in society and all that stuff. And the biggest thing to me that marks that it's a movie about meritocracy is that at the end, and spoiler alert, I guess if you've never seen the real Mulan, but spoiler alert, in the end, nothing that Mulan does matters unless the emperor, if the emperor had said, just cut her head off. So it's the fact that and that's not that's not a message for a feminist movie. It's like, hey, doesn't matter what you do. At the end of the day, the emperor kind of says if you have value or not. So that's not a good message for a feminist movie if I think about it. Like, a man gives you your value at the end. Like, you saved everybody. You saved him. But at the end, they were ready to chop your head off if he would have been like, you're done. So that's not, to me, that's the thing that's like, that's not a very strong feminist message there, but it's a message about, again, learning to see the value in people. It doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter, age doesn't matter, and it's all about or who you are and what you bring to the table. Meritocracy. So that's been my argument so far. I haven't met somebody who can beat the emperor argument. If any of you have a better argument than I do, I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to debate people on stuff like this. I'm happy to debate people on the important things of life, which are Disney movies. Anyway, also, apparently Disney is in kind of hot water because of Mulan. People are very upset with Disney. Like, I heard a lot of people that canceled like their subscriptions and stuff like that, and they were pissed. And it's because Disney at the end of the movie apparently thanks China, a particular region of China that I don't know if you guys know this. Americans right now not happy with China, not happy at all. And there's a particular region of China where the movie was shot, and in this particular region of China, it is, let's just say, how could I say this without not getting immediately banned from YouTube? It is alleged that untoward activities are being committed by the government of China on people of Muslim faith. Is that fair? Is that fair? Anyway, I guess I won't get any deeper into that because, again, I'll probably get banned. Because, honestly, this is, like, really skeptical waters. But whatever. I don't care. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. The government of China apparently is enslaving people in this particular region of China. Allegedly. Allegedly. I'm not there. I've seen the videos, but I'm not there. And I worked in the film business. I know that you can fake anything. Anything can be fake news. But, you know, it looks really bad. And Disney thanking that particular region. I mean, I understand. If you want to thank the Chinese Communist Party, okay. But thanking the peace officers in that particular region, people were not happy about it. So people were pissed. And so apparently this movie's caused a whole bunch of butt problems for Disney. And I believe that I haven't seen the movie because I'm not going to pay for it. But I believe that they took that thing out at the end because it's causing, like I said, a buttload of problems for them. But we'll see. When it's free on Disney Plus, I may watch it, and I'll just honestly just to check that, see if like they keep that up. I don't know. Point is, things not going good for Disney this year at all, like badly, and so they just keep stepping on it. But anyway, I believe that's a good place to end. I mean, we have some news of the Winter Soldier and Falcon. You know, they're shooting again, but I don't really care that much about them. So until I see a trailer, I honestly don't care that much about them. So that's it for today. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. Live streaming pretty much every day on YouTube and on Twitch at Super Dario World, unless I got banned for what I just said here, which I don't think is wrong, because I said allegedly. The key is saying allegedly. Always say allegedly. That's free advice from lawyers, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've heard it said on TV. Anyway, that's it. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.